Welcome back to my channel. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Hey guys, I'm back for another video. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about what to do with those extra beads in which you have that you don't know what to do with. You know, we all have extra beads that come from a project that we worked on prior, and we may not know what to do with them, and it seems almost wasteful to actually just throw the beads away, right? So as you can see, I have different colors of and different size beads here. Now I'm going to just put something together. It's going to be a little bit random, but that's what happens when you have extra beads, various colors. I like to call it a bead soup. And a bead soup is a variety or an assortment of different sizes and colors that you can possibly bring together to either make a necklace or maybe make a bracelet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my little stretch magic, and I'm going to probably make a stretch bracelet because I think that would probably be the best thing to do. Although I can make a necklace out of this, but for, you know, time's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and do this project right here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stretch out my stretch strand. Now, I'm going to look for some type of focal bead, okay? I'm not sure what the focal bead I really want to work with because there's so many focal beads here, but I'm going to go ahead and start off with this one since it's, you know, it's the most vibrant, and I think it's very, very pretty. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this copper and blend it together because I think that's so neat. Copper and that little goldish color right there. And this is like a mustard gold bead right there. This is a 20 millimeter bead right here. Now, I'm going to look around to see, you know, what color might pop with it. And again, I have all different colors in here. So it's like, okay, what am I going to try next? So listen, this is not an exact science. Listen, this is just something that you're trying out. Okay? Now, this particular bead is too small. So I'm going to put that to the side because it's too small to go ahead and fit on the 1.5 millimeter stretch strand bracelet stretch strand I'm using. All right, so the next best thing is this little oil spill bead. I think that's an excellent thing. Now, luckily I have two of those because you sometimes will have an assortment of beads left and there's really just not anything to match it with, so you kind of have to figure out how to get past that. Okay, so now that I have these two beads right here, combined with this beautiful lush bead here, I'm going to figure out what else can I add to this beautiful creation. All right, so I'm seeing a couple of other things in here that I can kind of marinate on. All right, so now I see this beautiful bead right here. We're going to go ahead and see if it'll fit. It does. Now, granted, I only have one of those beads. And I know you're thinking, well, why would you use it if it's only one bead? Because you don't really need to have the same bead per se, okay? You can actually use a different color or the similar color. It's really all about being artistic. See, when you have this different array and sizes of color and sizes, you really have to be creative. And so I would say just be creative. Don't try to make it match. Be creative. So I'm going to keep going. All right, what do I want to use next? All right, I have a couple things I see here I want to probably go ahead and touch on. All right. I am going to go ahead with this oil spill bead right here because I see it. I'm going to do another, well actually I'm not going to do that. I'm going to separate that. I'm going to separate that by putting on this gold little spacer bead right there. Okay. Now what am I going to do next? All right, I'm going to go ahead with this brown bead right here. This is a spacer brown bead right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and slide that on there. It's starting to look pretty good actually. It's not looking too bad. Okay. So on this side, I'm going to look for another bead that I kind of want to use on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this spacer bead right here. All right, this random bead right here. Now, I do have some other beads that I could add to it. I'm just going to put them over here because these are like my extra little stash right here. So we're just going to go through this whole thing. Why not? And then I actually have this right here that I was going to use as a pendant, but I don't want to use it as a pendant. So I'm going to cut that up. And again, this was some random thing I was going to use. Listen, I recycle beads all the time. Okay. I recycle beads. I use them again and again, you know, sometimes I revamp the original, design I was doing before. Yeah. So anyway, now see right here, remember this was a bead that is by itself. Well, I have a similar color right here that I can add on there. Now what I can actually do is take this off because I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, this is the great thing about doing the bead soup. You can change your mind and do whatever you want because it's your design. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, and believe it or not, somebody will buy it just like this. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead on this side. Let me see what I want to do. Something maybe a little random, not so random, because it's really all about working with what I have right now. Okay, so I have this gold bead right here. I kind of like that. Now what I might do with this one, because it's so big, it's an open hole bead, large hole, I might save that to the end and I'll show you why. So let's keep going. All right, so I'm going to keep working and I'm going to go ahead and put this oil spill bead right here. Let's see if I can get it in there, if the hole is big enough. It is. Just have to kind of force it a little bit. Now usually if your bead does not fit, you should have like a bead, it's like a bead enlarger, and I don't have it right here with me, so I can't enlarge the bead. So I'm just gonna go ahead and choose another bead for that. Okay, all right, look at how beautiful that's coming out. Isn't that gorgeous so far? All right, so now I have another one of these beads, so I'm going to probably go ahead and put that on there too. Now, I see this color right here. This is a unique, beautiful color as well. But before I put that on, I'm going to go ahead and put another spacer over here. And then at the end, if it fits, I'm going to go ahead and add that. Look at that texture. That just, you know, added something to it, believe it or not. Now, I do have another bead that I can use as well on the other end. It's a little larger, but it doesn't really matter because remember, we're not worried about the size, okay? We're actually trying to just use our extra beads and get rid of the extra beading, right? Because I know if you're like me, you don't want to be wasteful. I don't like to be wasteful. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. Then I'm going to go ahead and add this to the end of it. Look at that. Now that's gorgeous. Okay, now listen. I know you're thinking like, okay, that's, you know, all these different colors. Yeah, but it's going to look good. Trust me, it's going to look good. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and maybe I'll add this to it. And let's see if I have another one like that, perhaps. I do over here. So I'm going to add this to it as well. All right. Okay, now listen, that's really starting to look pretty good there. Now you can always change things around. You can actually take this off in case you say, oh, I don't like the way that looks. You can actually move it around, and I'm going to show you. Take it and move it around. And listen, it's all about you creating the style that you like and combining the colors that you like. And you might want to, you know, move it around and do something else with it because you think this part looks better over here, or this color looks better in between this other color. You know, it's really up to you. I'm just basically showing you that you can take leftover beads and make something out of it. Okay? You don't have to be stuck with, you know, not knowing what to do with the extra beads. There's always options, okay? All right. So let's see what else do I have left. Let's see what I can work with. Maybe another color. Now, this one, I only have one of these, as I said. So what I might do is take that one off and put this right here. And then let's go ahead and do this too. There's no exact science to this, guys. So I may be moving stuff around and doing different things because I'm, you know, just showing you what you can work with. And I have a whole set of other beads that I can actually pull from as well. But I want to try to work with these right here, okay? So now here you go. As you can see, we're forming a beautiful bracelet. Now all I need to do is add some more. And we're going to keep adding, okay? Let's see what I want to add next. I don't think I'll go ahead and add this thing right here, this beauty right here. But, let me go ahead and put this on here. I think I like that a little bit better. But again, it's not exact science. Now, what I want to do is, before I want to commit to this particular one, I might want to see if I have an extra one, which I know I do. But let's see if I have it in front of me. If not, then I will use another color on that one. And since I don't believe I have this particular bead in front of me, I'm going to go ahead and take that off of there, and then I am going to actually add another bead to this. All right. Now you can add whatever you want, okay? You don't have to look, if you're trying to be matchy with the colors, you know, it's up to you, okay? I'm just going to simply say it's just up to you. All right, now I'm going to add that bead on there, but now I'm going to go ahead and add this to the end of it. Now we're getting closer and closer to the end of it. And we are almost done. I'm actually going to add like another bead at the end of it to kind of make it a little wider. All right. You can add that. Let's see if this one will cooperate with me. If not, I'm going to move on to the next one. Yep, I have another one. The hole is already ready to be mounted. Now, I'm going to do one more bead over here. It does not have to be the same size. Again, it's not about having the same size. It's about using extra beads that you have left over. And again, guys, I'm doing this on camera because sometimes it just don't work, and you need to see sometimes it just don't work. It's not always, you know, oh, it works, and you know, I was able to create something and right away. No, sometimes you get stuck. So I like this one right here, and I want to go ahead and combine that together. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put it around my arm and see what do I have. All right, so I do have something. So now I did say I was going to take this little gold bead right here, because I think this is the perfect way to end it. So now I'm going to go ahead and tie it. I know some people use glue. I sometimes use glue, sometimes I don't. I just tie it very, very tight, and I tie it a few times. I mean, a few good times, like, you know, 5 or 6 times. That's 3. And I go to the left to, there, you know, some people say, oh, do the surgical knot or whatever. I don't know how to do the surgical knot, not really. So I just do the knot however I do the knot. I usually go to the right side and then I go to the left side. This is, that was number 5. And then I'm going to do one more for the road. And so I am done, and I kind of stretch it out, and I do that because I want to make sure it's really, really tight. And now I am ready to clip off the ends. And I'm going to tuck that little ugly part inside the beads, and voila. Look at that. I'm telling you, someone will buy this bracelet. It is very eclectic. It's different. It's a variation of different sizes and colors. And let's go ahead and pull that in a little bit. There we go. Again, guys, this is not perfect. You can even add some charms to it. Believe it or not, you can add some charms to it. You know what? Let me just do that while I'm here. Why not? I have... Do I want to use that charm or... Well, I have this guitar charm over here. I have several charms. You know what? I think this is the perfect one. This says, I am his masterpiece. Talking about God. We are all God's masterpiece. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these beads over a little bit. And as you can see, I do have the jump ring available right here. I'm going to go ahead and open up that jump ring. Now I use my flat nose and my round nose together, and I open it up. Go ahead and attach that in there. And I'm going to find a good place where I think this will fit perfectly. I think this charm will go perfectly right here. So I'm going to go ahead and hook that up. Now, what I normally do is, because I like to make sure my charms don't fall off, and if I'm dealing with a particular jump ring that I don't care for really, I go ahead and I twist it, and I twist it, and I twist it, and I twist it. And then I press it together to make sure that it doesn't come off. Voila. Now, here we go. Now, I think this is the perfect... charm to go on this, because this is a masterpiece. I just created it from extra beads that I have, and I'm actually going to go ahead and sell it because I believe somebody will buy this. I honestly do, because people are very, very eclectic. They like different things. These colors can go with black, blue, navy blue, you name it. They can go. All right, I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial about what to do with extra beads that you might have laying around that you don't know quite what to do with. You just pick some random colors. Sometimes you might have a blue, a green, a yellow, you know, a pink, you know, but go ahead and try to do it anyway. Let me see some of your masterpieces that you come up with your extra beads. Our extra beads absolutely do not have to go to waste. All right, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video, and I hope that you've enjoyed and found out what else to do with those extra beads laying around. Until next time.